Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere and even earn money, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can even earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free with no catch. Spotify for Podcasters has made our podcasting process so much easier and even has options like Q&As and polls so we can engage with listeners. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, streaming January 25th, only on Netflix.
I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
The following contains descriptions of physical violence, sexual violence, and graphic descriptions of autopsies. Hey listeners, welcome to episode 69 of Teen Girls Investigate Crime podcast. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Izzy.
And this is our November episode.
Whoop.
Guys, we've just gone through all the seasons.
No, we literally have.
We went from summer, we went back to school, we went to October, and now we're on November. This is crazy.
This is
by the
crazy.
time this comes out, we will have fully been in college for a while.
That's insane. We will be heading home for Thanksgiving.
That's crazy. Holy
That's so
shit.
weird. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is our last episode that we're recording today. We're very excited. This is our last one of the fall.
Yeah.
This is exciting, guys.
This is very exciting.
All right, and today we're actually covering something that I've always been really interested by, and that's the disappearance of Anastasia Romanov. I've always been interested in this because I don't know if you guys know this. There's a little movie that came out in the late 90s, but I used to watch it. I used to watch it as a kid all the fucking time.
The animated one?
I did for a very long time think that it was about the stepsister of Cinderella. I mean, until 6th grade, I thought it was about the stepsister of Cinderella until we were learning. I don't know why. Do you remember learning about the Romanovs in 6th grade? We were actually, fun fact, Izzy and I were in the same history class in 6th grade. I don't think she remembers that I was there. Okay, you could have pretended a little bit.
No, I don't remember.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna pretend.
We were in the same history class, and I remember learning about the Romanovs and Rasputin and all that stuff. And I was starting to connect the dots. I was like, wait, that movie's not about Cinderella's stepsister? I fully believed it was about Cinderella's stepsister.
Yeah. All I know about Rasputin is that his goods are in a jar in a museum now.
His goods? You mean his dick?
Yeah, his pee-pee.
Why? You can't say it.
What?
Dick.
His penis.
Ew. Yeah. I do remember you telling me that one time. You're like, Google it. And then I Googled it. And then I had to see it. And that was something I really do regret doing.
Yeah, don't Google it.
Don't Google it unless you're over the age of 18. Honestly, even if you are over the age of 18, maybe don't Google it.
Yeah, it's just kind of gross.
Anyway, we're going to get started. Fun fact, I actually did all this research for a history project at the end of the senior year.
The project was so fun. We made big posters.
Yeah. We got really into that project. I don't think anybody else did. I don't know why we did that.
No, and everybody got an A.
Yeah.
And we got so invested into that project.
It was, I don't know. I think it was the end of it was right before exams, so it was our last thing we were doing, and I was like, you know what, I want to do an elementary school style project.
Yeah, no, and it was so fun.
Yeah, we literally, we spent a Friday evening doing that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's get started. Grand Duchess Anastasia Nikolaevna was born, sorry, there's just no way I was going to say that right.
I think you said it pretty well.
She was born on June 18th of 1901. She was the youngest daughter of Tsar Nicholas II of Russia and Tsarina Alexandra. She had 4 siblings, Olga, Tatiana, Maria, and Alexei. Alexei was the younger brother. If you guys know anything about, like, the Romanovs, I'm not going to go too much in, like, the history of the Romanovs, but Alexei was the one with that, like, he had that blood disorder, and that's, like, when they found Rasputin, because, like, they thought Rasputin had, like, magic powers that, like, fixed Alexei. Turns out he was just, like, extorting them for money, I think, but there was something. It was really sketchy. Anyway, so Anastasia grew up at the Tsarskoye Palace and was educated by tutors until her death/disappearance.
I feel like the Romanovs is like an aesthetic. Like, I feel like people, but not like their death, but like the like a
the royal
Romanov,
family?
like the royal wedding, the royal family, and like the sheer amount of wealth. I don't know. Like, I remember there was a scene in Gilmore Girls where they were talking about, like, Emily was talking about Lorelai's wedding, and she was like, it would be the Romanov theme.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Didn't know
It's
that.
just like very like.
Oh, I should
grandiose.
rewatch Gilmore Girls.
I already rewatched it. It's so good.
I've never done a full rewatch.
You need to rewatch it when we're in college.
I know. I was just thinking like fall and like Gilmore. Oh, I want pumpkin spice.
I want pumpkin spice lattes. I want a chai with pumpkin spice cream on it.
Oh, I want to be in a sweater and I want to be drinking a chai latte and I want to be watching Gilmore Girls right now.
It's 98 degrees outside right now.
Guys, I hate Georgia.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you want to do the timeline?
Yeah, so timeline. So March of 1917, Tsar Nicholas II abdicated the throne in response to soldiers seizing royal property, and the Romanovs were exiled to the Ural Mountains in
You don't have to say it. It's okay.
Yekaterinburg. By July of 1918, civil war broke out, and the Romanovs were escorted to the basement under the false pretext of safety. The family and their servants were executed that night. By the 1920s, rumors arose that Anastasia and Alexei may have survived the execution. By the 1970s, amateur archaeologists discovered the skeletons of 6 adults and 3 children in the woods outside of Yekaterinburg. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
By 1991, a forensic investigation determined that the skeletons belonged to the Romanovs and their servants, but the bodies of Anastasia and Alexei were still missing. Anastasia, it Anastasia?
Yeah, it's
Why
Anastasia.
am I saying Anastasia?
I don't know.
I'm so sorry. Anastasia.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's like the whole Rachel Rebecca thing.
that was really bad, actually.
That was horrible.
You know what's so fucked up?
Only the OGs though.
Is that they were like brought down there under the false pretext of safety. Like they were like, it was something like the soldiers that were guarding their house or somebody like that was like, oh yeah, come down to the basement, like it's safer down here because civil war had just broken out, and then they killed them in the basement.
Which is horrible.
I think they killed the dog too.
No.
I think I read that somewhere.
No.
I swear I read that somewhere. Do you ever like get a thing that you think is true, but then you just wonder if that's something you just made up?
Yeah.
I feel like that's true, but don't like quote me on it. Anyway. So, in 1991, Anastasia and Alexei's bodies were still missing. So also, here's the other thing. I don't know why the Anastasia theory like was like the most prominent, because Alexei's body was never found for a while either. Like,
Ooh.
doesn't that like weird you out? Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe it was just more women were likely to like try to pretend to be Anastasia, but like it's like kind of weird that like she's the one that's like
focused on mainly.
Yeah, but like Alexei wasn't, and Alexei was the one with the weird like blood disorder. But maybe that was like a harder thing to prove. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the biggest theory with this whole thing is like the conspiracy basically that Anastasia survived. So over the years, several people just claimed to be Anastasia and attempted to claim the Romanov fortune. The first one was Anna Anderson. So in 1922, a woman named Anna Anderson came forward claiming to be Anastasia. She stated that she had been injured during the execution, but a sympathetic guard helped her survive and escape. From 1938 all the way till 1970,
What?
Anna fought with German courts for recognition as Anastasia Romanov. But in 1970, it was officially ruled that there was insufficient evidence to support her claim to the Romanov fortune. After her death in 1984, DNA testing determined that she was not Anastasia Romanov and was actually a missing Polish factory worker named Franciszka Szankowska.
What?
So but like, think about how many years that is. How many years is that?
So she was
years.
actually missing.
Yeah, but she was somebody else. And for 32 years, she tried to pretend to be Anastasia Romanov.
And she fought the courts.
For 32 years.
That's insane.
That's a long time. Do you know how, like, much older she must have gotten?
At that point, she probably convinced herself that she was Anastasia Romanov.
I mean, like, let's say that she was roughly the same age as Anastasia Romanov, meaning she was born in 1901. She did that until she was, like, 69 years old.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
That's a long time to be fighting to like be like say you're
Someone
somebody
that
that
you're
you're
not.
not.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Eugenia Smith. Eugenia Smith wrote several memoirs claiming that she was Anastasia Romanov, and the memoirs included a lengthy description of how she had escaped her captors in Wigington.
No, sorry, that was my citation.
Source? Oh,
sorry, this was from a school project. That was my citation. I thought you would have realized. You start going to read it.
it's a weird name for a book.
That's an author. No, I think that woman sounded crazy though, because she wrote like multiple things like about her life as Anastasia Romanov, and she wasn't Anastasia Romanov.
These people,
like crazy, like so invested.
It's like DNA.
Yeah. This is before DNA. I think that was the problem. There was too many people that thought like they could just say that they were Anastasia Romanov and be Anastasia Romanov. All right, our final person that tried to come forward, or like the final big person that had tried to come forward, was Nadezhda Vasilyeva, and she appeared in Siberia in 1920 and began claiming that she was Anastasia Romanov. That's what my source said. It was just like she appeared there, like kind of out of nowhere.
Apparated.
She just appeared and started claiming to be her. She was imprisoned by Bolshevik authorities and later died in a mental asylum in 1971. So she was just crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's just like a lot of people just like claim to be her.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is so interesting. The fact that people are like impersonating other people.
I know. Well,
for
that's
no
like,
reason.
That's what the whole movie was about too. This is the animated movie. It was like she had gotten away, and then these two like con men had found her, and they were like, "Oh, you should pretend to be Anastasia Romanoff. Like you look just like her. We can pretend like you're her." And then she went and she was like, "Okay, sure, I'll play the part or whatever, like to pretend like I am her." And then it turned out she was her.
Oh.
I mean, that was the plot of the movie. That's not what happened in real life.
Yeah.
But it was about that girl named Anya.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that movie as a kid. I thought it was so good.
That movie was really good.
What's his face? Rasputin really scared me. Do you remember what he looked like?
He was really scary. He looked like gray skin.
He was so scary. And his little bird friend, or like, what do you call it?
Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Ugh.
So scary looking.
He is really scary.
Oh my god.
That.
Where's his little flyer guy?
It's like a bat.
It's a bat, but it doesn't look like a bat. It's like
He's
a
so
naked.
cute.
I remember him being a lot scary. He looks like a naked bat.
He's so cute.
He is actually really cute. What the fuck? Aww. Oh, why do I remember him being scary? Oh, he's scary.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch this movie now. The animation on this was kind of good.
I kind of like it. It kind of slays. Bring back, like, the classic animation before it turned into, like, realistic animation. I don't know if that makes sense.
I like how animated, and then the colors.
Yeah.
Everything is like a color. I should analyze this.
You should. Do you remember the movie The Last Unicorn?
No.
The animation style, this reminds me of that. If anybody remembers that,
Look at that little
let
guy.
us know. Like, seriously, comment down below or something. Because I literally...
Comment down below.
That
It's not
movie-
YouTube. The Last
That movie
Unicorn?
was so good, but so scary. Look at the pictures up.
That unicorn scared you?
No, it was the witch in it. Look up Last Unicorn Witch. And they, like, put the unicorn in, like, a box. Anyways, that witch is kind of creepy looking.
I don't think she's that scary.
She's kind of creepy.
Oh my god, you know who I was really scared of?
Who?
Hold on. I have to remember the name of the movie. The
Secret, what is it?
The Secret of Nymph or something.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. Where's it? Secret of Nymph.
What are you doing on your computer? No, not the Secret Garden.
Secret Garden. Secret Nymph.
We had to swap computers so we could record on my computer. So but I don't know how to do that. So Izzy's like
Nymph.
Okay, there was a guy in this that was so scary looking. I guess that guy.
It's like a rat.
God. He's a rat guy. Does he not?
Did you ever watch Thumbelina?
Horrifying.
It was really scary.
Thumbelina. I remember Thumbelina and Shrek. Oh, I did watch this.
I loved that movie.
I don't really understand it. She was just tiny?
Yeah.
Interesting. That guy looks scary. Why is it like grasshopper?
Do you hear something Taylor Swift outside right now?
Yeah, someone's playing Love
Someone's
Story.
blasting Love Story outside right now.
I was blasting Taylor Swift in my car yesterday with my windows down, actually. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm, like, not proud of the fact that I've, like, started listening to more Taylor Swift recently.
Low-key Swiftie.
I'm, like, not, though. It's just I've listened to a couple things, but, like, when other people know about it, I feel like it's, like, high-key embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's nothing, like, too wrong. It's just, it's a whole thing. I don't want to be, oh, my God, that's kind of fucked. Can you guys hear that?
It's really loud.
It's really loud. It's, like, distracting with my train of thought.
Anyways, we haven't even finished this episode.
Yeah.
So, follow-up. 2 movies, Anastasia in 1956 and the animated Anastasia in 1997 that we just talked about, were created inspired by the idea that Anastasia had escaped and was living under a pseudonym. And there was also a musical that came out based on the 1997 movie.
Fun fact, the year that I took musical theater 1, I sang a song from Anastasia.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, while this theory is widely speculated for a long time, in 2007, 2 skeletons were actually found near the original gravesite, and they were determined to be Anastasia and Alexei. I didn't even know that! So this is solved!
Yeah. No, I didn't know that until I did this research for that project. I don't know how I didn't know that. Like, I feel like no one talks about it.
This whole thing was fake. Like,
Yeah.
the entire time.
The entire time the bodies were there. Doesn't that really bother you?
Yeah.
I kind of wish she was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was really unhappy about that, especially because I did not know that until I was doing research for this project, and I, like, found out in school one day, and I was like, oh?
That's, like, earth-shattering?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Anyways.
I don't know. But what's crazy is, like, when that movie came out, like, the bodies hadn't been found, and, like, that movie doesn't feel like it was that long ago, you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
But I guess I didn't watch that movie.
When it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Weird.
That was the disappearance of Anastasia Romanov. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at tgic.podcast. Bye!